Good morning, thank you for joining me. Welcome back to another video. Now, today's video hasn't turned out as it was originally intended to be. If you watch my weekly vlogs, you will know that I had a little bit of a problem. Now, it was originally intended to be a review. I want to say, actually, at this point, this video is not in any way sponsored. I didn't receive any of this for free. I paid for it all with my own money, just to be clear on that. It was originally supposed to be a review of Rick Stein's online gourmet home delivery meal service, which I didn't know about until fairly recently. And when I discovered it, he's one of our favourite TV chefs, and when we discovered that this was available, and as you know, in England, in the UK, currently we are all in what feels like the longest lockdown ever. I think it's just because it's January, but the idea of having a restaurant style meal at home was very appealing to us. Something to do on a Saturday night, something to break up the week, something to look forward to. Let's face it, we all need something to look forward to at the moment. So we ordered the meal. I intended to review it all and show you it all, and I filmed it all and I managed to delete the vast majority of the footage, unfortunately. So, not to be deterred, I'm going to show you what footage I do have, which is of what the meal, the delivery, how it came and all that. I haven't got any footage of the actual preparation or how it turned out, but I have got some stills photographs, which I will also put in. But I decided we'd already ordered another gourmet meal delivery thing for this weekend just gone from somewhere called, honestly, I spent hours down an internet rabbit hole finding all the restaurants, so many of them all throughout the country, who are doing this national meal delivery thing. I guess it helps them make a bit of money while they can't be open, so it's nice to be able to support some not Rick Stein being particularly a smaller business, although he is a smaller business than Amazon, for example. But the other one we ordered was from a hotel in Lancashire called Northcote. It's a restaurant with rooms, hotel type of thing, which we've never been to, but we've read a lot about and seen on the television. And when we realised that they were doing meal delivery, we thought, let's try that. We've always wanted to go there. It's always looked very nice. So we ordered from them. And this one I managed to film, and I haven't lost the footage. But let's start off with Rick Stein. Now let me add at this point that both of these that I'm going to show you today are definitely treat territory. The Rick Stein meal cost £100 plus £7.95 delivery, and the Northcote Manor cost £105 plus £15 delivery. Both of those were for two people. There was plenty of food, I have to say. You will see with the Northcote one that we ended up making it last over 2 evenings, so that one was arguably better value for money, I guess. But yeah, very much treat territory. But what Ashley and I thought we would do for another video on this sort of subject is this coming weekend we're going to do cook your own gourmet meal at home on a budget, and we're aiming for less than £20 for a meal, probably for 4. Won't be 4 of us to eat it, but that's the idea. So that video will be coming at some point soon, just for a bit of juxtaposition to the very expensive food. We thought that would be nice. Without further ado, let's look at the footage I have got. Rick Stein, let's start with Rick Stein, and the website was really easy to navigate. There's a big choice of different menus. I think they've added some Valentine's menus now as well, although I don't know much about the detail of that because that wasn't available at the time that I ordered. But we went for the lobster menu because we've seen Rick cook lobster lots of times. We fancy trying that. So what you will see now is the footage of me unpacking the food, and then I go into stills. I'll show you what the menu was, and I've taken some still photographs from the website of each course, and then my own photographs, although I can't find my own photograph of the dessert, so that was another disaster. But just to show you what the actual food looks like in comparison to the to what is delivered when you make it up. It's Friday morning and this has just been delivered. Rick's is in a cardboard box like this. delivered by DPD, so you get a 1 hour time slot. And let's see what's in it. Okay, so you get a big silver foil jiffy, presumably with the food inside, and then quite a nice card menu with your menu on it. Quite like that, that's a nice touch. And then a QR code that you can scan to watch the step-by-step preparation demo, which is good. Yeah, I like that idea. And then, oh, it's got your instruction. Oh my God, there's a lot of cooking instructions, isn't it? Right, okay. Right, I've taken it all out. The only bit of damage that I could see was the bottom of this with the chocolate parfait dessert as actually cracked inside there. That's not a problem. I mean, the food's fine, but that has cracked. But everything else looks absolutely fine. It's all in sealed bags, so nothing can leak out, which is quite good. So we've got the scallops here, hazelnut butter, which hazelnut and coriander butter, I think that is, which goes with the scallops there. That's all the dessert. You've got clotted cream, the chocolate desserts, and then 2 little things of chocolate sauce. And then you've got lobsters here, which I will unwrap when I start cooking. Lobsters here, new potatoes with some knob of butter in there, some side salad. That looks like coriander or parsley, I couldn't tell you which. Breadcrumbs maybe, peanuts, some cheese, some seaweed. That looks like oil, and I'm not sure. Oh, that's probably the thermidor sauce, isn't it, for the lobster? So yeah, that's what it looks like when you unpack. Okay, I've just had a look through the instructions. I've put all the food away, ready for when we're going to cook it. I'm looking through the instructions, and a couple of things. This made me laugh. Do not eat the seaweed. The seaweed is only for decoration. Fair enough. Good job they told us that, because I guess it probably wouldn't have been that nice. And I also noticed in the pudding instructions, it tells you how to present it. You do the crumb, and then you make a little, you do 3 dots of chocolate, and that all sounds really nice, because I wouldn't know about that. So I think that's a really nice touch to make it more sort of chefy, restaurante. It all seems fairly straightforward, the cooking instructions. Just let me turn you around. The only thing I did notice was that in the scallops it says, use the bread for mopping up all the delicious hazelnut and coriander butter. Now, there was no bread included, so I've just gone and double checked on the menu, and it doesn't make any mention of bread being included. So obviously at one time they maybe included bread with it, and now they don't, I guess. But that is not really ideal, is it, to see something that says use the bread when they haven't provided the bread, because it just makes you feel like when you've paid so much money for something, you expect everything that should be included to be included, and if they're going to talk about bread, they should really provide it. So just, only a little thing. Get my own bread, not a problem, but you know, just a little thing. But yeah, really looking forward to eating this. It looks really nice. So that was the Rick Stein meal. We very much enjoyed it. We gave each course a mark out of 10 just for fun, and we gave the starter, the scallops, were 8 out of 10. They were really, really delicious. We very much enjoyed those. The main course, the lobster, we gave 5 out of 10. The lobster meat wasn't the best. It was quite stringy and tough. we felt like rather than doing, they gave you a lobster each, a small lobster each, and I feel like perhaps one big lobster between two might have been better. I don't know if the fact that we had to obviously reheat the lobster, whether that made it a bit tougher, because lobster doesn't want loads of cooking, does it? So possibly one bigger one between two rather than two whole little ones might have made it better for this style of sort of having to prepare the food yourself after it's been cooked, possibly. And then the dessert, oh my god, the dessert was, and I'm not a big dessert eater, I'm not particularly sweet tooth, and I'm really not a massive chocolate fan at all, but the chocolate parfait dessert was delicious. We gave it 9 out of 10. I could almost have given it 10 out of 10, but Ashley has this thing where he never wants to give anything 10 out of 10 ever, because that just means it couldn't get any better. So I don't know, the dessert was delicious anyway. So overall, a really nice meal. The instructions were really clear how to prepare it. The preparation was pretty minimal. You could also watch a YouTube video of how to prepare it if you were unsure, but really I think any sort of basic novice cook wouldn't have a problem with what you needed to do to get those 3 courses on the table at all. So you didn't need much cooking experience for that at all, I would say. So yeah, really enjoyed the Rick Stein experience. Next we tried Northcote this weekend, and I filmed that. I haven't filmed any of the food preparation part of it. I realise that that might have been interesting to see. But I'll be perfectly honest, Ashley was being a little bit grumpy on Saturday night, and he was doing all the food prep. It was more intricate than the Rick Stein food prep, and he was a little bit short-tempered, and I didn't want to be going into the kitchen and shoving a camera in his face and getting in the way of what he was doing with the camera. So I thought I won't film the food prep, but I have filmed all the what the courses look like, and you'll see it anyway. I don't know why I'm telling you. Let's go and have a look. My box from Northcote has been delivered. Northcote at home. Let's get it open and see what's in it. Inside it comes wrapped up in all this sort of padded plastic, which is good. And then it's got these frozen things inside as well. And it comes with a little leaflet telling you all about the cooking and serving instructions. And it also has photos. They actually emailed these through as well last night when they sent the tracking info. Let's just have a whiz through what we've got. So we've got this rainbow leaf, we've got the salt-aged beef that also has a sort of marrow bone crust inside there. Cheese toasty, that's the chalk stream trout, and that's the beef fat chip to go with the main course. We've got various little bits and pieces here, caramelised onion, black lemon, tartar, that's the mushroom bourguignon, and that's the chopped mushrooms, I think, and onions, and that's the puree. That's the little loaf of bread, and look, they've sent a little wooden plank of, I don't know how well you can see that because it's on the toe, little wooden plank to serve that on. Isn't that cute? Lime snow, that's part of the dessert. That is the little chocolates. Would you like a sneak peek of the chocolates? Aren't they cute? Butter to go with the bread. Then we've got the beef sauce, and we've got butter sauce, we've got onion soup and spiced chocolate. That's the dessert. Really very impressed with all their packaging. I would say it is a step up, definitely, from the Rick Stein packaging and putting together of it. I do feel like there's going to be more cooking, and not actual cooking, well, I suppose you are actually cooking, aren't you, because the meat's raw, but there's definitely going to be more cooking involved with this one, but that's okay. We quite like cooking anyway, so that's fine. But if you were a complete novice, I think it might be a little bit overwhelming, but presumably anybody who's ordering this sort of thing probably wouldn't be a complete novice cook. But right, I better get it in the fridge all ready for tomorrow night. It's Saturday night and we're about to embark upon our lovely Northcote meal. Ashley is being at the chef tonight, and I think there's a lot more cooking, actual cooking, and more components in this one than there was in our Rick Stein one, so we'll let you know about that in terms of how easy or otherwise it was at the end. But we're just about to sit down for our first course. Got the table all laid nicely with some tulips And they send you a little loaf of bread. That's one of the components which we've put in the oven, and some butter as well. This is course 1. This is cedar plank cooked stream trout with black lemon and tartar sauce. Tartar. Yeah, warm tartar sauce and black lemon. Have to say, it looks very chefy and very nice, and it smells amazing.
It does look good, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, really good. Well, that was delicious. That was a good start. Do you want to do a mark out of 10, or we just did a mark out of 10, didn't we? Yeah, go on. Do.
Okay. Again, very straightforward. Ingredients all prepared. This first course does have a little bit of kitchen magic in it, in as much as they give you a cedar plank which you soak in water and then cook the trout on. Not sure how much it contributes to the actual flavour.
I don't know what cedar tastes like, so I couldn't tell you.
But it did make me feel sort of almost one Michelin star.
A little bit chefy. No, it was delicious, and I was saying, I think it's really clever that they can send basically in a box something that takes a minimal amount of cooking, really, and you can present it and it looks like that, and it really does feel like eating at a really nice restaurant. I would give that 9 out of 10, that starter. I thought it was delicious.
I would probably give it, I've got to give it more. I liked the scallops last week, but this is better than the scallops, but I don't quite see it as a 9, probably because trout is not my personal favourite, but I would give it 8.5 if I'm allowed to do halves, but that opens up a whole can of worms.
Okay, here is the second course. It is French onion soup with a cheese toasty on the side.
It's English onion soup.
Oh, okay. It's onion soup. Yeah. Beautifully served. Lovely plates, Mr. Matthew.
Thank you.
Looks delicious. Smells delicious. All good. Well, the soup went down well. Thoughts?
They set the bar pretty high with the sauce with the first course, and French onion soup, one of my favourites.
English onion soup, you corrected me once.
French onion soup is one of my favourites.
Oh, okay.
With a big cheesy crouton floating in it. This was okay.
It was deconstructed French onion soup.
It was deconstructed, and really, although the toasty was delicious...
oh, sorry, I've got you.
Although the toasty was delicious in its own right, really it should have been floating in the soup. And so, yeah, it wasn't my... It
was really tasty and flavoursome, wasn't it?
It was very nice, but it wasn't my favourite French onion soup. But that's just my personal taste.
I'd give that one a 7.
I'd give that one a 5.5.
You're very into your 0.5s this evening, aren't you? We have decided, and I guess this is one of the joys of having your food delivered at home, that we're both quite full and we don't need the rest of it. So we're going to have a 2 gourmet night dinner. We're going to have the main course and the dessert tomorrow. So, yeah. I actually just said, oh, should we have a break before the main course? And I said, I've had plenty to eat, actually. And so we agreed that we'll have it tomorrow. We are back for Sunday night and our main course. And this is beef with beef fat chip. We've added the asparagus ourselves because it didn't come with...
anything green.
Anything green. And you need green, don't you? Mushroom sauce and then a mushroom crust along the top and a beef sauce, I believe. It looks absolutely delicious and I cannot wait to eat it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Waterford Farm sautéed beef, marrow-bone crust, smoked pancetta and mushroom bourguignon and a beef fat chip. Right, well, 2 fairly clean plates. I haven't managed all my steak, but... What do you think? What were your thoughts on the main course?
First of all, I've got to remove this because obviously I'm doing dry January and...
It's the 31st, 9 PM. You've only got 3 hours to go. Or not quite 9 p.m. actually.
Not quite true, my version of it, but there we go. Didn't start till the 4th. Here we go. So again, interesting and easy to cook. Very nice overall. Very good bit of steak. The
beef fat chip was lovely.
Very well.
I like the mushroom puree.
Mushroom puree, very tasty.
And the marrow bone crust on top of the beef was gorgeous.
The sauce, there was nothing wrong with the sauce, but I'm not sure whether it overpowered.
I found it too salty.
Maybe it
You're a salt
overpowered
fiend,
a bit overpowering of the other flavours, but
I think it was just maybe not to our taste. There was nothing wrong with it. I think it was more not to our taste than something wrong with it. But
so
the meat was delicious, very nice.
So are we doing points?
Yeah.
We're going to have to do a calculation at the end because there's different number of courses to the ones we've had, so we'll have to multiply.
A calculation.
Yeah. A 7.
I'm going to give that an 8.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd really liked all the components, apart from the sauce, just wasn't to my taste. It was a bit salty. So I thought that was an 8.
Okay.
So that would make it a 7.5, wouldn't it, overall?
Yeah. But as there's 4 courses as opposed to 3 courses, we'll have to divide the score by 4 and multiply by 10 to get an overall percentage.
Really? It's dessert time. And the dessert is called
Spiced chocolate hazelnut lime.
So that's the chocolatey thing. And you've got hazelnut crumb on the top, and this is lime snow, which you put in the freezer and then scrape off. And this is a rainbow leaf. I don't know quite what that's made of, but I will tell you shortly. Is it nice? I struggled to eat the dessert a little bit because the frozen lime snow, by its very nature, was frozen, and I've got a couple of really sensitive teeth at the moment. Anything cold, even a glass of tap water, gives me horrible neuralgia. So I struggled to eat that part of it. The chocolate part was quite nice. Have to say, Rick Stein's dessert beat this one by a country mile, in my opinion. I gave that one 9 out of 10. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just a little bit unexciting. It sort of was like, you know, a goo pudding that you get from the supermarket. It was sort of reminded me of one of those.
I loved the lime snow.
I think I would have liked it if I could have eaten it. I think it was a really clever idea. I liked it.
Really sharp and a clever idea. The chocolate pudding was okay. Put that chocolate snow with Rick Stein's dessert from last week. Lime snow, you mean? Lime snow, yeah. What did I call it? Chocolate snow. Yeah, never eat chocolate snow.
You're plagiarising something.
Yes.
Mark out of 10 for that one?
6.
Yeah, I was going to say a 6 as well. Overall, really nice though. We've still got the little chocolates. I won't be eating a chocolate this evening because I've got a weigh-in tomorrow, which I'm dreading because it's been quite a eaty weekend. But can you just take the lid off those so I can show them the little chocolates? They come in a lovely little...
I've eaten them all.
They come in a lovely little box, and that's what they look like. I enjoyed that. I thought it was really good. I think overall it was, my preference was this one rather than Rick Stein's, but both had some really good. It's not like going out to a restaurant.
It's not like going out to a restaurant, no, but it's...
No shit, Sherlock.
But neither of them, but both of them have been entertaining and had highlights.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
And it's like a bit of excitement, isn't it? Having something delivered, and you choose what you're having, and it's the best. Sorry, the focus is going. I think it's like a bit of excitement. It's something different, isn't it? And
we've got something different planned for next weekend, if that comes together. But
yes,
we're not
if
going
you
to say
want
it
to.
at the moment, are we? No.
Well, no,
we need
I'm
to
gonna
think about it more. Are you going to say now?
Well, I'm going to say what the plan is, yeah, not the definite plan,
Right.
but we wanted to do, because we've done, obviously in this video, 2 very expensive options, recognising that everybody doesn't want to spend that sort of money on having a meal delivered to home. We thought we would do a homemade gourmet meal on a budget type of thing. We haven't finalised the budget yet, but we've talked about the menu. So if you would like to see that, I think we're going to film that either next weekend or the weekend after, possibly. Right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry it wasn't the full Rick Stein one. If I could have retrieved that footage, I really was very frustrating and very stupid. Entirely my fault, stupid mistake. But hope you enjoyed what I did manage to film anyway. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.